about the city lights and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Baby, check it out.
Hey! Right, I've put my seat down in my car.
I'm 5'6". There's loads of room. There's tons of room. Okay, I'm happy. Woo, let's go.
If anyone saw me do that, they'll definitely think I'm going dogging. Get it in.
I'd like to go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name.
What's that, Lottie? Are you? Are you going surfing? Are you good too? Are you good too?
Happy with the simple life. Yeah, I ain't here to try to change your mind, trying to save your time. In case you're thinking about
It's very dark in here. Ooh, you've got an ND filter on, that's why. Let me see. This is going to be magic. Ta-da! Right, so this is my lovely Facebook Marketplace find. I think it was 100 English spondoolies. And I bought it a few months ago now. Actually, I'm realising this is my bad arm. Evenings are a little bit different for me at the moment. I can't do my normal MMA, wrestling, beating up guys, so I'm having to improvise a little bit. And this is something that I wanted to do for a really long time. So I got myself my little board. The training boards that you get at surf schools, I'll get back in the light, they're heavier and more robust because they have to withstand daily use by dingbats and morons who don't have a clue about surfing, like me last year when I went to Saltburn and rented a board. And I didn't even watch a YouTube video. I went out there, accidentally found myself in between the flags for the Coast Guard, so I was told by the megaphone to remove myself. I didn't know what a shoulder of the wave was, what the white water was. Well, I mean, that's self-explanatory, but I didn't know anything. I actually managed to catch one wave, but I didn't stand up, I don't think. Did I? Oh, I can't remember now. It's so long ago. This is why we need to do this. So I've got myself a GoPro mount that I need to attach in the next few minutes to see if we can get my silly self trying to surf. Yes, this is the plan. We're gonna go. Look at her. Nice and Barbie themed. What do you think, Lottie? What do you think? Do you want to come? I think you'll be good at it. What is it? Oh, the camera has been in the same bag as some rabbit treats. Rabbit flavoured treats for doggies. Oh no, Lottie, I'm sorry for teasing you. Oh. It was sweet.
Go! Hold on! Swim to the shore!
It is at this point during the edit that I realised when my zip came down. There was someone who came up to me and said, "You zipped down. Do you want me to put it up for you?" and I assumed that it just gradually popped open as I was struggling to get out in the waves. But from the footage here we can see that it had popped all the way open while I was waxing my board, and I should have checked it before I got in the water.
Brilliant, yeah, it was a great smart, isn't it? Are you good? Not yet, but you're getting there.
Spent the whole time trying to paddle out past the break. I know it wasn't just me, because the guy that I spoke to before I got in the water did say that he'd struggled to get past the break. So this is me getting slapped in the face with the salty water. It was so shallow that I didn't even dare try and do a turtle roll, which I do need to practice. And also it was just so choppy. The currents were so strong, which is why I tried to paddle, but then the waves were so frequent. I got slapped in the face like twice in 1.5 seconds or something. Hello! I'm going to start by saying I didn't catch any waves, and I don't feel sad about it. I don't know if you can tell by the footage that I've put in, because I really don't want to embarrass the girl. It wasn't a very nice situation, and I don't want to overstep and like use someone else's traumatic experience to put in my YouTube video. So I'm going to probably just include the rescue. But there was a girl who got swept into the pier, and she hit her eyebrow, I think, and she had blood here. And I'd noticed that she went towards the pier, and I was like, that's not good, because the waves were strong and the rip was strong. It was dragging sideways. So I was like, I couldn't believe the situation at first. You know, it's definitely taught me life ring, Coast Guard, because I was like, I need to go get someone from the surf school or something to help us. And I was like, the thoughts weren't processing, and that kind of felt a bit useless. But I was the person who spotted what was going on, and I got hold of an older couple who were really lovely, and they kind of panicked at first when I said someone stuck underneath, and they were like, someone drowning. But I mean, she was clinging onto one of the pillars on the pier, which is covered in barnacles, so it's rough, and that's why she probably scratched her face. She was probably hit into the pier itself and then grabbed hold of it, and she was sitting on a bar, so she was there honestly about 20 minutes holding on to this bar on the pier. The older couple was so cute, and he got the rope from the life ring, is that what you call it, and put it round his waist, and then wrapped it around the railings, and then threw it over. So she put that round her in case she slipped and fell back into the water. But the plan was to let her sit there until the Coast Guard came. But then we realised the Coast Guard were sending a lifeboat, which wouldn't fit in between all the metal on the pier. So we had to... There was quite a few people helping and directing. There was 2 ex-Coast Guards present at the scene, so that was brilliant. They worked together to make sure she got safely through to the other side of the pier because of the direction of the currents. They fed her all the rope from the life ring, and she gathered it all and threw it behind her. And then this guy on a surfboard, obviously because of the direction of the current, was able to get hold of the rope. The tide was coming in. she had the ring on and she got dragged to safety. And then the Coast Guard arrived, so these ex-Coast Guards really saved the day. I felt like I did absolutely nothing, but it's not about me, is it? I think the important thing is I know I need to save the Coast Guard's number to my phone. I need to not be scared to use those rings, because I was like, I feel like I didn't quite believe the severity of the situation, which sounds absurd. And I was like, do we bother the Coast Guard? Like, will she be fine? How would she get off? And yeah, there was a lot of questions and I wasn't able to connect any of it. I don't know if it was because I hadn't had breakfast or I hadn't had my coffee. I hadn't been set up to make any decisions or problem solving stuff in my brain at that time in the morning. It was just as the sun was still rising, so I just felt useless. I felt like a spare part. Not that I had to feel like I was part of anything or feel like a hero. I just wanted to help in some way, and I just wasn't. I mean, I stayed there and she was so brave. She wasn't crying, she was holding on. She wasn't flustered. She stayed calm, and then when she got pulled to safety and she got to the shore, she broke down, and it was like, wow, she held it together that long. Oh, bless her. I mean, she had a friend there, and her friend was brilliant, keeping her calm. But yeah, she had a bad day, bless her. I saw them go in, they were in for 5 minutes. I thought maybe she would have concussion or something. It was just a bit of blood, I think, just a scratch on her face. But as I say, I got a little bit of footage. I was feeling like, this is so insensitive getting footage. And then I was like, this doesn't happen every day. Like, this is like documentary stuff. But then I'm just some random stranger with a camera, and it is insensitive. And that's why I say I got, obviously, the rescue in process. I didn't catch a wave, but I'm not sad, because obviously someone's had a worse day than me. And I went in there, I tried, obviously waxed my board for the first time, learned that I needed gloves. I went over to the surf school straight after. I'll show you what I got. They were £36, which he looked worried when he said the price, and I was like, yeah, I think I've seen them for maybe 15 online, but that's Amazon. And you know, let me tell you, this material is beautiful. Obviously neoprene is neoprene, but I don't know if it's the thread count. It's so smooth, and then obviously they have grips as well. Fingers for being able to do things. Very pleased with those, because my wetsuit is awesome, but it's not like super expensive, and it's nice to have an expensive item, you know. I got everything quite cheap, so my gloves are nice and fancy. This coat, I'm going to leave a link for it because it's made in the UK. It's the perfect colour. It's so thick and comfy and perfectly sized. The hood is perfect. It's got inside pockets, outside zip pockets. It's got a zip that can be zipped upwards while you're getting changed and trying to sort everything out. It's honestly exactly what I'd dreamed of and more. It's beautiful. But yeah, what a weird morning. And then I've driven to Middlesbrough from Saltburn and went to Lucky's Cafe. Remember this, go to Lucky's Cafe. You'll 100% have a better day if you go to Lucky's Cafe. There's a dog there, already winning. He makes amazingly large portions, cooked breakfasts. It's a one-man operation, but he's swift with it. He's got the system down. And I brought a rabbit skin for the dog because the dog is adorable and deserves a rabbit skin. I'm just chilling now because George is having a one-to-one. I'm just staying warm. My tummy is very full. I'm very happy. And next time I go surfing, hopefully I'll catch a wave. I do think possibly that it had something to do with my board size. If I go surfing again in the waves are nicer and I still don't catch a wave, then I'm gonna either rent one or get hold of a bigger board.